What's everyone, Kajima Tashiv, and welcome back to episode number 164 of the Inline G, a Flute, a podcast with me, your host, your motherfucking Inline G. I love the fact that there's new listeners to this podcast coming through every week because of the social media success. And then I get screenshots of people saying, I don't know how you can listen to him. After 8 seconds, he dropped an F-bomb. Imagine being such a wanker, man. Dropping an F-bomb. Like, fuck off, man. A fully grown adult, by the way, saying that. Fully grown adult saying dropping the F-bomb. Fuck off. So, lads, listen. This episode is unscripted for the most part because it's coming from the heart. I'm going to express what I think. I'm going to freestyle here today because there's a very important topic on my mind and I want to share it with you. So I thought it'd make a great episode because next week I am back to work. I am back to teaching in all my teaching positions. I am back to regular rehearsals for some projects coming up. All that. I took 6 weeks off in the summer to do fuck all. Now, a lot of you might be in the same position. You're starting next week, getting back to things. And even if you're not, this applies if you're a musician or if you're not a musician. If you're just trying to recover from a period away from your work or your job or your hobby, if you've got something you want to get back to or you have to get back to and you're dreading it, this is your help. Okay, I'm going to do it for you because I'm a veteran of coming back after the summer and having to restart my life and the job I fucking love. It sounds so ridiculous. Every summer I'm like, oh, I'm dreading going back to my dream job. But you know, man, work's work and work's always shite. Okay? Work becomes shite. That's just the way work is, and that's a good thing. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do it, give you all the tips to make sure that you get back to practicing or work or whatever the fuck it is next week with no problems. Easy fucking peasy. And as I said, I took 6 weeks off. I talk to people sometimes. I talk to classical musicians who say they cannot go more than 2 days without playing, otherwise their playing will genuinely and severely suffer. If they take a 2-day break, they can't play anymore. I call bullshit. Man, fuck off. There's no way you can be that good. It'd take 2 days away and then be shit afterwards. I took 6 weeks off without playing a fucking note this summer. Will it be shite when I go back? Yeah, it'll be fucking dog shit. Will it be fine after a week? Of course it will. Of course it will. It's been fine every single time I've done it. And also those people who say that, oh my God, my playing's terrible. I took 3 days off. It's fine now, isn't it? It always gets fine again. So the skill is to realize how to make it fine again, how long it's going to take, and just say, is the juice worth the squeeze on this one? If I take 6 weeks off, it takes a week to get back. Am I okay with that? Yeah, grand, then fuck it. I can afford 6 weeks off. Great. Just decide. That's what I did. It's going to take me a week to get back, so I'm going to show you how to do it. Do you know what? Before I start fucking ranting and raving here and going on it, because I said I'm freestyling today, I don't want to interrupt my flow, because I'm really in the mood here, lads. I'm sober as well. This is a rare occasion where I'm doing this podcast sober. So allow me to flow in 2 minutes, because first I'm going to do the Patreon read. So listen, if you're new to this podcast, don't skip, don't do anything, just hang on. I've got a little thing I have to do. It's a bit of housekeeping around here. If you are a regular listener, you know what's coming up here. Skip ahead. Away you go. Jump ahead a minute or two. Or leave it running and go pour yourself a gin and tonic and come back to me, all right? I'll see you in a bit, baby. The Inline G podcast is free. I mean, it'll always be free. That is a motherfucking guarantee. But if you wish to donate to the podcast, you can now do so through the Patreon. On the screen now is the address. And for the audio listeners, it is patreon.com/the Inline G Flute podcast. Link is in the description. Listen, guys, it costs $5 a month. I believe that's €4.50 a month in Europe, blah, blah, blah. With that, you're keeping the podcast alive. This is the definition of a small independent podcast. I do everything around here on my own. This is all your boy here. Just fucking Danny Dickhead here doing all the work. I love it. I adore making this podcast. It is a huge amount of work, but I adore every single second of it. Greatest creative project of my life. But there are no sponsors here. I've tried to get them on before, but they say you can't swear, you can't talk about politics, you can't call Donald Trump a cunt, blah, nah. So I said, you know what? Go fuck yourselves, lads. I'm going to get the listeners to fund this podcast themselves. They pay me €5 a month. I get a payment for it. It means I can turn down other work to concentrate on making this podcast and give it the time and dedication it needs. And you guys get the podcast that you want. So here's how it works. If you sign up for it, you're not going to get extra episodes. I don't do that because I believe the podcast should be for everybody. You're really just signing up to support the podcast. It's amazing. If you can afford to do it, it is just £5 a month, by the way. That's the price of a pint. If you saw me in the pub and say, I watched 4, because you get an episode every week here. Every fucking Friday, I'm making an episode. So if you think, I watched all 4 episodes, fuck, that's 4 hours, maybe 2 hours of entertainment. If I saw Gareth in the pub, I'd buy him a pint to say thank you. It's not even. You wouldn't even get a pint for that these days. Do it digitally. If you want to as well, you don't want to pay every month, sign up and unsubscribe straight away. That way you just give me a one-off fee. Also fine. You're supporting the podcast. If you can afford to do it, it is amazing. It is very appreciated. I love it. You're keeping the podcast alive, really. If you cannot afford it right now, because for some people it is still a lot to spare $5 a month, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Someone else is paying so that you can listen for free. It's a system based on kindness and on soundness. Now, if you have not played the flute in a while, if you have not played your instrument in a while, and you're past the point of no return, if you've hit the fuck it button and you went, fuck it, it's been too long, I'm not going to bother anymore, don't worry. I'm here to bring you back. Take my hand, and in the next 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to give you everything you need to be fucking skipping up to your practice room and blowing your wee heart out. I promise. So, we're going to start here. Get your phones out. Humor me here. Get your phone out. One of you, if you're listening to this in the car, apparently a lot of you listen to this as a couple in your cars. Okay, the amount of people who have said, I make him listen to your podcast while we're driving for 6 hours. I'm like, per fuck. And there's always some guy standing there going, that's happened. That exact scenario has now happened to me 4 times. 4 times I've had that exact scenario happen where someone's been really into it. They said they got their boyfriend to listen to it because apparently the listenership of this podcast is mainly female. All right, guards. And the fella's just standing there going, yeah, I know your voice. And I'm like, well, man, here. Sexiest accent in the world, by the way. So, get your phones out. One of you is get your fucking phone out, all right? Open it up. Show your face. Put in your wee code. Swipe your thing. Close whatever fucking filth you were looking at. Excuse me. We can't have that. This is a family-friendly podcast. Close whatever you're looking at. You'll go blind if you keep looking at that. And you get hairy palms as well. So, put that away. Go to your notes app. Open up a note. I'll wait for you. Now go and write the title. To-do list. No, it's a title. So when you're putting in to-do list, make it bold, or make it underlined, or make it italic, or make it a bigger font. Fucking make an effort with it. It's a title. Make it look snazzy. Then go to a new line and start a set of bullet points. Trust me, if you hear anything in this podcast in the next 10 minutes you think is going to be relevant to you that you haven't done, put a note in it. If you have done it, make it anyway and put a little tick beside it and say you've done it. Also, is there a way to make a tick when you're typing that isn't typing the word T-I-C-K, tick out, and then choosing the emoji that comes up? Can I just make it come up, or is that the way you all put emojis in? Am I just showing the fact that I'm 33 there? How the fuck do you do emojis? I could have asked the internet this, but I'm not. I'm asking you, stranger on the internet. Okay, put your tick in now. If you've done the thing already, write it out and then tick it. You get that wee dopamine hit. This is all about dopamine, by the way. Chaining this up so you start to feel good about it and you start enjoying yourself. Here, if you've done something already, put the wee tick in. Great. Even open it up to to-do list. Make to-do list. That's your first point. Make to-do list. Great. Tick that. You're flying. Look, you have taken the first step to getting back to playing your instrument and enjoying it. Okay? Easy peasy. Fuck, this is great. Now, we're going to talk about devices quickly for practicing, because there are 2 camps when it comes to bringing your phones into the practice room. There are the people that say, never ever bring your phone into the practice room. It is the devil incarnate. You leave it outside that fucking door. And there are the people that say, it is a tool. You can use it to enhance your practice. Now, what camp am I in? I don't fucking care. Right? I tell all my students, who gives a fuck? Do what works for you. You know rightly. You're a big boy, you're a big girl, you're a big them. You'll sort this out. Just fucking do whatever works for you. But you've basically got 3 options if you're not sure. You bring the phone in and you use it. You leave the phone outside, but you bring another device in, like an iPad, okay? Or you go fully analog. No electricity, like the fucking Amish. You go in with a wee fucking candle on a tray and you bring in your pencil and your notebook and you fucking old school metronome that made of wood and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, I think this day and age, fuck all that. If a teacher ever tells you you have to buy an old school metronome, tell them to go fuck themselves, right? You don't have to do anything, okay? It's 2026. We know how to do things better these days. Now, me personally, I go to the middle one. I have a separate device that I use for my practice. It works great for me to have that. I don't bring my phone in because it's too distracting. I leave it. I practice upstairs. I practice here, by the way. This room I'm using converts into your practice space. I leave my phone downstairs, so I have to go down and get it during my breaks, which I do, obviously. So you can have a phone. If you have a phone, the first thing I want to put in, or the next thing I want you to put into your to-do list is create a genuine do not disturb mode. You can create certain profiles on your phone to make do not disturb. I mean a real do not disturb, because the do not disturb normally, especially on iPhones, for example, allows certain people through. So if your mummy rings you, your daddy rings you, or not that daddy, by the way, I mean your daddy, your father, they'll maybe get through. Because you're probably thinking, oh, well, I want do not disturb, but what if someone's dead and they have to phone me? Make a mode that nobody gets through. Not once is the fucking wee thing, the wee banner going to drop down when you're doing this, okay? Fucking raw, okay? If someone is dead, these are 15-minute bursts you're doing. Okay, if someone's dead, they can wait 15 minutes. Nothing's going to happen anyway. They're dead. Okay, so not going to change anything. You can wait 15 minutes to find out the news if they're dead. What are you going to do about it? Okay, 15 minutes. You do not need your phone to have notifications for 15 minutes. That's it. So just find a way to do that to make sure you can, one click, put your phone on a genuine do not disturb. Now, what do you need to practice? Before you even think about how to practice again, get all these things, because this makes the world. This is actually the harder bit. No, not the harder bit. This is the easier bit with the bigger payoff to getting back to practice. Trust me in this, okay? Before you even think about playing your instrument, these are the things to do. First of all, you need to get a metronome. You need to get a real one or an app, okay? Get a real one. Don't get the fucking wooden ones that you have to fucking flick up. Get an electronic one, but go and buy one, okay? Or get an app. If the app is there, make sure it has no adverts, nothing you're fucking clicking X's to get away from. You do not need the fancy app. All you need is something that goes and could go faster or slower. That's it. You don't need ones that can go to 7, 8 and fucking offbeats and all that wank. Just, it needs a click. That's it. You need a tuner. Same thing. Buy a real one. Get an app. As long as there's no adverts. Make sure the tuner is to your country. If you're in America, you need a 440. You need to make sure it's set to A is 440. If you're in Germany, it needs to be 442. If you're in La France, you need 442 as well. If you're in England, I'm sorry to hear that, but you also need 440. Okay, make sure you get the right setting on it. For fuck's sake, the amount of students I have here who download the app in English, but they're getting an American app that is 440 and they're 2 fucking hertz too low to play in Germany. Stupid. Don't do it, okay? Easy mistake to fix. Now, what do you need next? If you are going to go full analog and paper, get a pencil case. If you're going to be reading sheet music instead of using an iPad, get a pencil case and get a nice pencil case. Not even nice, a new pencil case, okay? Fucking $2. Go to the dollar store and pick one up and fill it with all the things you're going to need. All brand new. Nice new set. Colored pencils, a couple of normal pencils, a rubber and a sharpener, and a ruler. Stick it all in. You never know when you need the ruler. It's going to cost you $10 maximum, but that is your practice pencil case. It goes nowhere else. Write your name on it if you want. It's like you're going back to school. That is your practice pencil case. If you're on an iPad, you need to get an Apple Pencil. I'm sorry, you need one. You really do. Get a dodgy one. Go to dhgate.com. That's where I buy all my dodgy football jerseys from China. They're selling knockoff Apple Pencils there. I don't know if they're fake or if they've just fell off a lorry in Guangzhou. Doesn't matter. They're like fucking 15 euros, whatever. Go buy a dodgy one. Doesn't matter if it's illegal. Who cares? We've got bigger fish to fry here. Not your problem. But you need some kind of pencil to work with your iPad. Now, I have an iPad Pro. Best investment I ever made. Didn't make an investment. It was a gift from my mother, but still, it is very important to have it. This is all my practice. All my flute playing is on this. Now, for years, I had an awful black cover on it because it was useful and I wanted to watch movies on it and blah, blah. I stopped all that. This is my work iPad now, okay? Everything else I do on my MacBook. So, my work iPad, I bought a brand new cover. You need a nice cover on your iPad. This one here is a lovely pastel pink. The minute I bought this, I felt so much nicer about bringing my iPad out of my bag. It instantly lifts my mood just a little bit to see this lovely color. Now, the background wallpaper, make it something professional. Listen, the practice room is essentially like going to the office. So you're creating your own office. Give yourself some benefits. Give yourself some sweet fucking perks to the job, man. Create a good office for yourself. If you're given a work iPad from somewhere, you wouldn't put a picture of you and your girlfriend on the back. Okay, you and your boyfriend. You're in there. You're them friend. What do we call it? Partner. I hate the word partner because it sounds like fucking partner. Raw. But you know what I mean. You wouldn't do that with a work iPad. So don't do it with your work iPad, okay? I know you're using it for other things, but it doesn't matter. Its priority function is work and practice, so treat it like that. My background on my iPad is just some lovely pastel colors. Look at that. Beautiful. Because when I open that, it's professional, it's clean, and it makes me feel happy with the colors. The minute I changed to that, I felt so much better. So fucking do that. Now, next up, you're going to need 2 things. Very important for practice. You're going to need a water bottle, a reusable, good water bottle, and you're going to need a flask. And get a nice one as well. They're not expensive. Just get one in a nice color. That's all that matters. It doesn't have to be expensive in a big brand, but it needs, like Stanley and all that. Bollocks that. $50 for a fucking water bottle. You lost your mind. But you need something where you can drink coffee out of and water. Okay, so I have a lovely water bottle that I picked up. This one was quite expensive. It's like 30 euro. But it's beautiful, and that's my work water bottle. It's purple. I love the color, and it's got a lovely bamboo lid on it. That is my practice water bottle. And when I go to work and when I go to rehearsals, that's what I use. Great. Keeps the water cold. And I have a reusable flask, coffee thing. I can fill that with iced coffee or real coffee. But that is, again, for rehearsals or work or practice. It does not go away for fun things. Excuse me. That was incredibly rude of me. Also, one thing that is very important for you as a musician to buy to get the most out of your productivity in your practice sessions is coffee. You need good coffee. And you need to buy all the nice things for the coffee. You need the syrups, sugar-free, okay? Not because you're trying to lose weight, but because sugar is not good for your lips, okay? So sugar-free coffee syrup, you need fucking good ice cubes if you're going to make iced coffee. Good ice cubes, okay? Or you need to make cold brew, but you need to have all the good things for nice coffee to bring and take away. Don't be buying from Starbucks every day. Okay, that's an uncontrollable variable. Fuck all that. Control everything for your practice. So go and get nice coffee. You should have 2 drinks all the time in your practice sessions, okay? 1 for hydration, 1 for caffeine. You can have a fun drink as well. You can have a sparkling something in your practice session. You can drink sodas when you practice the flute. There is no problems with it as long as they're sugar-free, okay? Coke Zero was grand. Diet Coke is grand. Much better as well. White Monster, grand, okay? Do not be drinking full sugar Coke in your practice session because the sugar fucks with your embouchure and it fucks with it. The sugar's going to the flute and make it sticky. Coke Zero in your practice session, totally fine. If anyone says it's not, they're talking out their hole, okay? It's just fucking delicious water. Delicious sparkly water. So drink it. Other things you need as a flute player, especially for your practice session, but in general, as a musician, you need a hand moisturizer. Go and buy one. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that's gay, that's for women, blah, blah. Go and buy a hand moisturizer. Having nice hands is a good thing. Buy good nail trimmers. Buy a wee nail serum or buy a hand moisturizer that has a serum in it. So your nails and your hands look good and they feel good all the time. Your tactile engagement with the instrument is so important. When you get your flute out, you want your hands to feel lovely and soft and clean. That's why I wear certain rings as well. I have lovely rings when I put my instrument together to practice. I love my hands. They look great. They feel great. Makes everything so much nicer. You need a good music stand. I'm sorry to say this, okay? Because I know a lot of you guys out there are being paid to advertise this brand, Crafts Geek music stands. They're shite. They're fucking shite, okay? Don't buy one of them, please, for the love of God. I am sorry to all the people that are getting 10% commission on all this, but please do not buy a Craft Geek stand. They are dog shit, okay? They don't do anything. Buy a proper music stand for the love of fuck. It is a one-time investment that you need. It is part of your job. My advice is you can have a travel stand that you need for gigs. That is where your Craft Geek stand comes in if you want it. I still think they're shit, though. But for your home practice, you need a proper music stand, a thick one that can hold loads of books at once. That way, you don't have to have a library. You can just fucking stick everything up on your stand and fuck about with it. That's what I do. My stand always has at least 30 things on it. Much more efficient, okay? You need a nice backpack for when you go to rehearsals or teaching or working. That is just for that purpose. I got a lovely backpack. It's from a brand in Germany called Johnny Urban. You can see it here. It's kind of a budget brand. It's lovely, white, pastel pink, pastel blue. It's got spaces for all my drinks. It's got space for my iPad. It's perfect. You need practice clothes or rehearsal clothes. I don't have a uniform when I work here in Germany. When I teach, I can wear whatever the fuck I want. Same with rehearsals. I have certain clothes that are just for those purposes. So I don't wear the same things I'm wearing to the pub to a rehearsral because for my brain, it just doesn't work. I need to be in flute work mode. Now, it's still nice stuff. For example, my work uniform now is I have a pair of lovely new 501 Levi jeans because they're comfortable and they look great. I've got lovely white cotton t-shirts that I've bought just for the purpose. New Balance trainers. I bought 10 pairs of the same Elise boxer shorts in black and a load of socks. And they're all, I know when I have to go to work to teach or to rehearse, that's what I wear. It's not what I wear to the pub, it's where I wear there. I have my own trainers for it as well. Special New Balance trainers are just for that purpose because I look good, I feel good, and I know in my brain it's separated. It's very, very important. Even my jewelry is different. I wear gold jewelry in my spare time. I wear silver jewelry when I'm practicing or going to rehearsals or teaching. Just putting that all on, I still look good and feel good, but it's got its own function. Even if you're practicing at home, have practice stuff to wear when you're practicing. Get a nice comfy t-shirt or nice comfy pajamas or sweatpants. Fucking throw them in the washing machine. Jesus Christ, you'll not be putting dirty ones on. The cleanest ones and the nice ones you can get. Leave them out in your fucking bed for tomorrow morning, okay? Or leave them out on the table so you can go put them on and get into a good mode to practice, okay? Now, practice space quickly. Set up a practice space. If you cannot find a separate space to practice, like if you have to use your living room, do one thing that changes the vibe of the room for practice. My one is I turn my TV on to an ambient background that I only use for practice. The minute I see that and hear that, my brain starts to click. I also get a nice coaster to put my coffee on. It makes me feel fancy. I play a lot better. Very, very important. Now, the last thing is to set up a practice regime. I'm going to give you my practice regime for free here to get back into it. Number one, when you're setting up a practice regime, divide it up into sections. I have 5 sections. I never put times on them. I put them as percentage of the time I have available. So basically, I have 5 sections to my practice at the minute, and each one gets an even amount of time of 1/5 of my total time. So I have a warm-up, I have scales, I have I have slow music, like slow studies or slow music to practice, fast stuff to practice, technical stuff, and then repertoire, okay? My next practice session is going to be on Monday. I'm going to get really cracking back into it. I'm going to do an hour maximum. 10 minutes for each section, 10-minute TikTok break in the middle. TikTok breaks in the middle of your practice are totally fine. If that's what relaxes you, that's what calms you down, you fucking do it. Okay? That's what the modern world does now. We have different coping mechanisms. If TikTok is what gets your brain to calm down, if you need to watch videos of gypsies fighting each other to make you feel a little bit better before the rest of your practice, fucking do it. Okay? Do not feel shamed. It's your practice. You do it the way you do that makes it work. Now, I organize my practice massively. I put it into a little note app. I have my little 5 sections. The last thing I put in the section at the very bottom to tick off as part of my practice that day is make the plan for tomorrow. So the last 5 minutes of my practice after I'm done, I will spend 5 minutes making the same plan for tomorrow. Then it's done. Then I put the flute away. My 5 sections, okay, I'm going to show you. I never make a box to tick. I organize it highly. I never make a box to tick that is based on quality because that you cannot guarantee. I just make it do this a certain amount of times, regardless of the result. The result I would trust will happen on its own. But for ticking boxes, I just do it. So, for example, tomorrow or Monday when I go back into my practice session, I have my warm-up. My warm-up is going to be play long notes 5 times. Play 5 lovely, big, beautiful, long notes. I'm going to do 5 of my wee warm-up thing that I've got designed, do 4 notes going into each other as a line, and I've got a wee mini tongue exercise, and I got that to play 5 times. Okay, that's it. Doesn't say play it well, it just says play it 5 times and accept what comes. And when it's done 5 times, you move on. I don't play it a 6th time, I don't do anything else. 5 times, fuck off. That's it. Scales, I do all majors and all minors. Twice, because I just rattle through them. Like, I can do that in 10 minutes. If you can't do that, that's fine. Just fucking grab a 1 octave scale and play that. Doesn't matter. Do 1 easy one and do 1 hard one, but do them from memory. Okay, scales are always from memory. It does not matter about speed with scales. The most important thing is that you develop the musicality from playing in that key. Play G major and then pick 1 hard one to try and play in that 10 minutes. Write down maybe try to play B flat major. B flat major is easy. Try to play E major or F sharp minor 5 times. Just try. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. But you're getting closer. Or say try it 3 times with sheet music and twice without. Whatever. No speed, no quality indication on it. Slow repertoire. I'm going to be playing 2 different Irish pieces 3 times through. That's what I've written. Slow airs. And then within that, I have my little space for creativity. When I'm doing it in the moment, I allow myself the creativity and curiosity to say, okay, the second time I'm going to try this, I'm going to do that. That's where the fun comes in. But it's within this lovely framework that doesn't move. That way I don't get to judge myself. I don't get to say this was shit or that was bad. I'm playing it 3 times. And within that 3 times, a little bit of variation. Curious. Fun. The fast rep, I'm going to be playing a load of Irish music. Some sets. You can play that too. You can pick up some Irish music if you want to ask me. You can also just play an etude. Anderson, great. Garibaldi, great. Pick one of them and write down, play it 5 times. Or what I love doing is play it 3 times, once slow, once middle, once fast. Something like that. Or if you're at the very start of it, play it 3 times slow without metronome for the first day. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Just have it organized so that you can do it 3 times and it does not indicate quality. And the last thing, have some kind of repertoire to work on. I'm working on the Beethoven Violin Sonata. And my note is to play through the first movement and make notes about what to further practice. So highlight the hard bits, highlight the bars you need to do. That's my last 10 minutes. If you need advice on repertoire to play, my go-to piece for most levels of playing is the Sahabond from the Bach Partita in A minor. It is easy technically. You can play it at most levels and it is incredibly rewarding as a piece of music. So there you are. There's a free one for you. I would do that if I were you. Your TikTok time is up to you. You can watch highlights of Chelsea beating Luton Town, which we're doing right now, or you can watch highlights of gypsies fighting each other in the streets of Cork. Whatever the fuck you want. Here, that's your time. You do what you want. So guys, I'm going to leave you there. Go and get back into it all. But trust me, all those things, I fucking guarantee, if you do all the things I just told you to, if you do them all, which will not take a long time, by the way, and organize all that, I fucking promise you, after day 1 of practicing with all those lovely things, you're going to feel great. I fucking promise. You invest in yourself. I promise. So, there's a big fucking wasp there. Go and do that. If you need more tips, message me, lads. It's what I'm here for. I hope you enjoyed this episode. That was 25 minutes. Far too long. I'm going to go now. I hope you enjoyed it. Free Palestine. Love yous all. See you next week.
Hello.